If you lined up all the action figures in the world to illustrate every possible shade within the spectrum of action figures, from least to most representative of the term action figures, this handful of misfits would be just outside the minimum requirements necessary to be included. Despite a bunch of cool accessories, designs, and a snap-on armor gimmick, their construction denies them any potential for action. On top of that, their branding, their mythology, hides their secret noble origin. This is the Tacky Stretchoid Warriors.
Giraya Ninja, les nouveaux chevaliers de Bandai. Tu leur enlèves leur armure et c'est parti pour l'aventure.
Élastique, caoutchouc, tire dessus, champignon, cuirasse, dans les faces, torpille, anguille, ils se collent et s'entortillent.
Waouh, c'est fou, ils se collent à tous les coups.
Colle, engluant, tu ne peux pas manquer ton coup, ils s'accrochent n'importe où.
Quelle aventure, ces créatures.
Giraya Ninja, toujours prêt au combat. Tu les étires, tu les déformes, tu leur fais prendre toutes les formes, ils sont toujours en forme.
Giraya Ninja, les nouveaux héros de Bandai.
Tacky Stretchoid Warriors are a group of figures released by Bandai in 1990. As the package states, they are molded in Miracle X10 material, which allows you to stretch them, squish them, roll them up in a ball, and watch them crawl. They come with a bunch of accessories: swords, knives, sheaths, bows with actual strings, snap-on armor pieces. Some of the accessories and accents are actually molded in chrome. This is some classy plastic parts. That explains the Stretchoid and the Warriors, but what makes them tacky? Is it the proprietary Miracle X10 material that is not only stretchy and squishy, but actually has some adhesive properties? Is this Ideal's Manglores back again, but with snap-on armor and weapons? Is this the return of Sorbothane? Well, that's one kind of tacky, but that's not the tacky we're talking about here. See, Spike and Fringe, the villains of our story, intend to turn Earth into one giant mall. Now that's tacky. I'm just reading off the back of the card. I didn't write this. Luckily, a heroic team led by the always tasteful Thunderbolt is determined to stop them. It's a sticky situation that could change the way you shop. Again, I didn't write this. It's all in caps on the back of the blister card. I'm just trying to give the mythology the respect it deserves. Thunderbolt is your Stretchoid leader, determined foe of those who would turn the Earth into an intergalactic mall. Not that we need any help with that. After blasting a mini mall, a strip center, or even a frozen yogurt shop, Thunderbolt has been known to scream, how's that for a grand opening? That's his actual quote from the card, and that's actually domestic terrorism. Spike is the renegade evil genius and mall developer. Spike holds a bogus lease on planet Earth, but before he can break ground, he must find the ancient plaid leisure suit that was worshipped by his ancestors. Fringe is his somewhat reluctant sidekick. He's following Spike only because he's been promised control of the Earth's parking lots. And, by the way, it's also noted that he once served time for littering Rhode Island with tacky plaster lawn statues. Arnie was rescued from a video arcade as a youth. He's given up all signs of his former degenerate lifestyle, except his name, and I genuinely don't know what that means. Gold Blaster is the Stretchoid philosopher warrior, fierce opponent of all who seek to profit at the expense of culture. He bears the weight of a dark secret. His uncle is a corn dog vendor at Coney Island. How's everyone doing? Still with me? We're almost through this. Inhale, exhale, don't forget to hydrate. Tacky Stretchoid Warriors are a line of 5 figures, and that's it. No cartoon, no comics, no video games, no lunchboxes, no backpacks, nothing else. Thank goodness there are no other supporting licensed materials to further legitimize this feeble, ill-conceived, half-hearted attempt at a play narrative. Tacky is thy name in purpose and in principle.
Thou hast stretched my interest to the breaking point, going directly against the manufacturer's suggested usage guidelines.
Look, I don't blame Bandai for taking a crack at these figures. The designs aren't that bad as far as space warriors or ninjas or whatever they're supposed to be. I like things with removable helmets. I like swords that have sheaths. I don't understand why they made them out of the stretchy, sticky, Sorbothane-like material just to include enough plastic armor pieces and a stand that you almost don't need the figure itself. But it is a sellable gimmick whether I personally like it or not. What makes no sense is why, in 1990, after brands like Voltron, Transformers, and Robotech had already found success, why Bandai would attempt to release a figure line already based on a popular series in Japan and around the world with a new mythology that was so far apart from what it was originally conceived as, especially when the original mythology wasn't that bad and wasn't hard to translate. Tacky Stretchoid Warriors was a rebranding of figures from Sekai Ninja Sen Jiraiya, or World Ninja War Jiraiya, or Ninja Olympiad. It was a live-action ninja superhero television show that ran for 50 episodes from January of 1988 to January of 1989. Jiraiya was part of the Metal Heroes series of programs. It told the story of a young ninja master named Toha Yamaji and his battle against ninja masters from around the world as the hero Jiraiya while wearing a special suit of armor inherited from his father. Jiraiya is helped along the way in his battle against evil by various other ninjas like Jonin Fukuro Danshaku, Ronin Habu Ramu, and Rainen Warudo, or aka Gold Blaster, Arnie, and Thunderbolt. Did I get even close on those? Those of you whose eyes didn't roll out of their sockets earlier in this video will recognize Jiraiya as Fringe, the reluctant sidekick with the Ocean State criminal record. His trip to the West has not only made him into a villain, but he's not even the main villain. Onanin Dokusai, the main villain, wasn't looking to take advantage of unrestricted capitalism. He was the leader of the Sorcerer's Clan, who were attempting to find an ancient clay tablet that had a map inscribed on it, detailing the location of an ancient alien time capsule that possesses a mysterious alien energy as powerful as the sun. Jiraiya's powers, suit, and sword are all remnants from that ancient alien capsule, and that's why he and his family are sworn to protect it at all costs. Tacky Stretchoid Warriors were on shelves for a very brief time. Despite the gimmicks and the disposable mythology, the figures themselves were made of a material that did not survive for very long. In fact, it can be difficult to find carded samples today that haven't experienced some degree of degradation. That said, Jiraiya did return in 2015 in Japan for the 34th episode of the 39th Super Sentai series, Shuriken Sentai Ninja. In 2018, that series was used as the base footage in the US for the 25th season of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel, which still included Jiraiya. But not as Jiraiya. Instead, he was reconceived and rewritten as Space Sheriff Skyfire fighting alongside the Power Rangers, even letting Ninja Steel Red use his Jiko Shinkuken Space Alien Lightning Sword of Justice. Perhaps Hasbro's Power Rangers Lightning Collection will introduce Sheriff Skyfire to the lineup at some point. Until then, if you want to recreate the adventures of Jiraiya and his battle against Onanin Dokusai, or Thunderbolt's attempts to destroy shopping malls by intergalactic developers Spike and Fringe, you'll have to pick up some Tacky Stretchoid Warriors. One of the least action figure lines ever created, a lost opportunity to import a live-action ninja superhero TV series to the US 4 years before Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the oddest adaptation and recreation of a mythology ever. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you very much to those of you who already are. If you're in the position to help the channel grow, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/toygalaxy. Please share this video and let us know in the comments down below if you've ever heard of Tacky Stretchoid Warriors. Were they too tacky for you? Not tacky enough? Can you buy into a mythology that centers around the heroic prevention of shopping mall development? Depending on who wrote it, I could probably get into it, but not at the cost of Ninja Olympiad. That I need to see. Cut.